Howdy, howdy, hey, hey. I am back with another episode of Building Time. Yay! It's a bit late when I'm recording this. But before we work on the next build, I'll just add a bit of extra stuff to this, you know? Make it feel a bit more real. And I apologize for this, not very polite. You know that noise? I know that must be really, really annoying. But I cannot change the way they are. You know, it's just a fact of life that that person right there, will forever be the most annoying person you will ever hear. And there's no change in that, you know. It's just okay. Then we add some gravel, cause you know, it's got. I want this one to feel like Minecraft, you know, Minecraft. You know, one. Yeah, that's nice. That's good right there. That's nice. That's, bone meal. So we bone meal around it. Cause bone meal is just your one-stop shop to making something look pretty. Okay, it's just that simple. Let me grab the best flour, oh, ever. Because unless the build itself actively calls for another flower to be used, I'm using the orange tulip. It's just a fact of life. You cannot not saying that one actually. You cannot de-tulip me. That sounds a bit better than what the other one I was gonna say. Yeah. Yeah. Never saying what I was gonna say. Now, isn't that right? You, are you there? Hello? Hi. Oh, their nose moves. That's just something you never really notice now, isn't it? You never noticed the villager's nose move? I didn't. I've never noticed that a witch's nose moved. That was weird. There we are. Now that we've finished up with the old, oh yeah, I'll bone mill this part too. Maybe I'll do that. You know? Yeah, they say something. I don't know what they say, but I know this would look better if I did this. This actually reminds me of what's it called? Empire's SMP. This kind of feels like something a build I would see on that, which is pretty good because I liked Empire SMP. So next build. What are we getting? What are we getting? Spin the wheel. What are we getting? Next one up is less so an actual build, more so a theme. We landed on cute. So, what do we do here? Do we do like a cute little wholesome little build? Do we like an animal? I do have some animals already set up for themes, so okay. In fact, let me just, for transparency, list off the animals I have for themes. We have fish as an option. I should probably take off cute now, actually. We have fish, sheep, pigman, and villager. Those are the mobs. So I don't know if we should actually do an animal. Maybe we should do just something like wholesome. Maybe we could just do an animal that isn't there, but that would just kind of be cheating, wouldn't it? Yeah, we'll just do a cute little build. I don't really use this that often, these colors that often, so you gotta trust my process. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What's that? Oh, okay. There we are. Now, hmm, what do we do with... This is obviously kind of meh. You know what I mean? It's kind of meh. I don't really build ever in this style, is the issue. And I don't want to look at a reference. That feels kind of dishonest because it would end up feeling more like someone else's build than my own. So, we are just gonna have to end up powering through the ugly, okay? You always gotta start with something ugly before you get something decent. And maybe... Oh no, what else would look good for a roof? Because it's like... You know what? Yeah, we're gonna go with ice cream theme. That's a cute theme. Ice cream. Ice cream. Can't change what's done. Ice cream. It's ice cream. Sorry, man. Sorry, man. Look at the look at the docket. It's ice cream. Sorry. It's ice cream. I'm sorry. I can't do anything about it. It's ice cream. Which means I cannot ever add ice cream as a theme because I have been adding themes as I thought of them. Like before I clicked record, I've added a couple themes here and there, like Nether and that kind of thing. I don't know what I'm gonna do whenever I reach the Nether theme. But I mean, I got dirt hut and hut next to each other, so maybe I'll get lucky whenever I'm building that, and I'll actually think of something decent. There we are. Doot, 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 doot. I don't even know how big it'll be, so hold on. I think I want it to be centered, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now it's that. That's the focal point. Whereas if I did this, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 7 makes me go to heaven. So, yes, we'll go with this. I should probably mute my Discord. I don't know how to mute Discord though. So, I don't know how to mute Discord servers. Muting Discord as a whole is what I have trouble with. Let me just punch a hole right here. Because, conveniently enough, it's centered. Even though that, and this is centered as well. So, should I look at references for Japanese roofing? I feel like that would be better than this. So long as I just don't see any Minecraft, I think, not Japanese translator, Japanese roofing. So, we're looking for something more like that. Yeah, and it does do have a weird little, like, curve. Not weird, but, like, that neat little curve. It has, like, those little... It looks cool. That's the very basis of it. It looks cool. And... well, it's wood. Not wood. It's stone. It has stone shingles with, like, wooden trimmings. So, I'm not actually that far off. I mean, all things considered, this is definitely going to be an uglier build, and I apologize profusely for that to everyone ever that is even slightly a fan of Japanese culture, of anything even vaguely related to that country. I am so sorry. Because I am about to butcher this roof. And I will not have an excuse. And I'd understand if you hate me. Forever. But on a lighter topic. Cheese. Yes, cheese. Cheese always leads to better topics. What is your favorite kind of cheese? Put it in the comments below. Hashtag my favorite cheese is... And then say your favorite cheese. It's simple. My favorite cheese, personally, is Parmesan. Any form of Parmesan. Powdered Parmesan, shredded Parmesan. You know, I might replace these right here with a bit of a better fence. Because there are a lot of better choices. How about bamboo? It could fill in the vanilla niche. Although vanilla is a lot less yellow than that. But, you know. Oh, wait, no, wait. I would give bamboo something to be good for. Because from what I've heard, bamboo isn't really good for much, except for, well, that one image that gets copy pasted a lot of a man shooting something out of a bamboo gun, and it destroys like a jar, a mason jar. That made me feel really threatened. So, yeah, there we are. Boom, 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 boom. And then they kind of have like a little something on the edge there. So, something like that ish. Maybe a bit more like that. And filling. Let's look at this reference again, because this reference is carrying me. Oh, I could have used like a white and acacia, apparently. That kind of looks like acacia. They really like you got yo folk in Japan really like the color orange, don't you? I don't blame you. It's a great color. It's my favorite color. Ooh, this one's like a dark prismarine kind of color. I think that could maybe be a pretty decent compliment. But before that, I have to fix this. The reason I'm not using mods for this is I want these builds to be available. You know, maybe they're all going to be pretty decently small, so they would all be pretty nice starter bases. And one thing I did agree with in that one video that was about that was talking about making it so saying don't make your builds pretty. The one thing I do agree with is that not everyone has that skill. So I want these because that skill is, well, takes a long time to build. And that's nothing dissing. That's not dissing anyone that can't build. That's just a skill that you need to build. It's that simple. So I want to make these builds easily mimicked. That way, people can get better at building off of it. That is way brighter than I thought it was gonna be. Huh. You know what would be a pretty epic build? Ooh. Now hear me out on this. What if we use this to mimic a mint chocolate chip? I like it. It definitely feels a bit less threatening, you know? It's good. It's good. Trust me, bro. I don't build in this style that often. So, this is the do whatever I want phase of me learning how to build in this style. Oh, that is really, it kind of looks like a tree, actually. Perfect. Perfect. Anyways. Oh. Oh. And this kind of also falls down to me, building Joel's starter base from memory, which obviously it's not just building Joel's starter base from memory. But I have had Joel's starter base from Hermitcraft Season 11, not Season 11, Season 10, on my mind as of recent. And you know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about how weird it is that people were surprised that Joel, well, there were going to be no new people playing Hermitcraft this season. Which I thought that was pretty weird because, oh, because of just the general tradition of and how those Hermitcraft seasons typically go. One season, the person gets one season is essentially the warm up season where the guy is trying to find out what their niche is or some sort of thing like that. And the season after that is like the season where they are officially like in and they every other hermit gets used to that. And then uh, after that, they start looking for new members to join the series. That's what I think, in my heavily not part of Hermitcraft at all opinion, like, think happens behind the scenes. It's just that, like, I know that every other season, a person gets added. That's what, and I think that based on what I've seen, been watching Hermitcraft since like season 11. Not season 11, season 6. It's season 11? Oh yeah, I've been watching Hermitcraft so long. It's season 11. When did season 11 start again? A month ago? Okay. But yeah, I've been watching since season 6. Big fan of the series, obviously. My brother introduced it to me, and he's in the army now. So it's kind of like also a way for me to I don't really know how to explain it. But I know it helps. Oh, I thought I turned off. Huh. I guess I didn't. 2 slash game roll. Do weather cycle. False. Slash weather. Clear. You know what? I played a lot of Bedrock Edition. I got a lot of Bedrock Edition. It was the one. It's my one. It was the first version of Minecraft I played, other than Xbox 360 Edition. Which, that one is not necessarily long gone, but it's definitely not what it used to be. But I know one of my neighbors actually had an Xbox 360, which is how, not how I started playing in the first place, but how I continued to play it after my family moved on from the Xbox 360 and got an Xbox One. Because I was an Xbox kid. I kinda like it. Thinking maybe doing. Let's look at the windows of your average, like kind of vaguely traditional Japanese house. Not obviously it's not like traditional. I mean, these ones typically have like no like actual. How do I explain it? These houses don't have that kind of thing. Most of the houses I'm looking at don't have this. The frame, I guess you could call it. They go all around. I mean, all things considered, this isn't too bad. I might, to make these parts of the walls look clearer and nicer. Well, first of all, add a goddamn window. There we are. And then we add some, like we could add like a lantern. We'll try the copper lantern. I think that looks pretty good. Please tell me this one. Well, it's not the wax copper lantern. We're gonna need to replace it. Waxed copper lantern. I don't know what to do with the interior. Ha. Doors. Well, don't. Yeah, most Japanese houses have like sliding doors. Door. So I guess it's really down to what door looks most like it would be a sliding door. So that automatically just chucks all the copper and all the metal doors out the window. This one kind of looks like it could slide. This one looks like it could slide. And like these three right here could look like they could slide. Double action door slides and opens. This one, my main issue with it is that it blends in with the floor. This one I kind of like, actually. It sticks with a more colorful theme of the whole build, while not blending in with the floor. Yeah, I think we'll go with that one. That's the key, you know? And then you chuck in some moss. And then, and you see, this is the case of unless a build needs something else. Also, one thing I noticed about most of these builds is I don't really see a chimney. So, as per what I'm doing here, well, some of them do have chimneys, but I think Japanese brewing chimney. We'll see, we'll see. Do they have chimneys? Some of them do have chimneys. So, I could add a chimney. If if it calls for it, I could add a chimney. And they do kind of look like the chimneys I build, where they go up and they have the little puff out. So it's not like it would be difficult. No, it's too much. Anyways, rose bushes, rose bushes. And most of them have like the chimney coming out the center, which I don't know if I could do. And I want most of them to feel distinct, so it really is just like a flashbang, isn't it? That's the only way I could really describe it. Maybe I could fix it. Trapdoor. If I use like some trapdoors for frames, because I did see that a lot of them had frames. I apologize profusely, you know. I apologize so much for this build. You know, I do wish I could listen to my music while doing this, but one, I'd get copyright struck. And even if I'm not monetized at all, I would still not like being copyright struck. Because it just feels bad, you know? You have been copyright struck. You did something stupid and you're punished for it. And I don't want to do nothing stupid. I don't like being punished. It feels bad. It makes my soul feel irked. That's a fun word, irked. You gotta give it to the guy that made that word. They made a good word. A word that really feels like you have been, well, irked. I got to skip school today because I went to the eye doctor and they dilated my eyeballs, the motherfuckers. I thought it was gonna be a checkup. No, that motherfucker's dilated my eyeballs. I guess I should be thankful, you know? It meant that I didn't have to go to school that day. But, you know, It's about the principle, you know? Did that help? In a manner of speaking, I'd say it slightly helped. It helped it feel a bit more realistic. But at the same time, would I build this as my main base? Fuck no. But you know, it's what's done is done. I can't change it. I'm gonna. I don't know what I'm gonna do for this time for my thumbnail, but I know I'm gonna do something fun. I'll do something fun. That much, I'll let you know. I'll do something fun. I don't know what, but something fun. Don't they have like a thing at the center with like a rug? I see that a lot in like animes my dad watches. I don't watch many anime myself. Like I watched Naruto when I was like 6, and I watched some Pokemon. And that's about it. So maybe banners. Could banners save me? Maybe. Oops. Like if I just did this. Nope, nope, nope. Because you, I forgot one key thing about banners. They always hang on the top row. God darn it. Anyways, carpet. We will. We will rock you. Bum bum. Dum bum 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 bum. Kicking your blood all over the place, and we will rock you, rock you. I've always hated one thing that every generation has ever done, and that's saying that one generation is one thing and can only be that one thing. As if it's not millions of people. As if it's like a one collective unit and not millions of different people with millions of different lives they have led. A millennial can be just as far gone as a boomer. A Gen Xer can be just as tech savvy as a Gen Zer. A Gen Zer can be just as easily offended as a stereotypical millennial. There is not there's not one defining feature really for anything except for the general public being raised in one thing. For instance, Gen Z was mostly around technology, thus, stereotypically as a whole, Gen Z is good with technology. Millennials were raised in a hellscape, so stereotypically, millennials are more worried for the world than everyone else. Boomers were not on general, boomers were handed most things in life. So, as a general rule, boomers are stereotypically more grumpy and babyish because they were cradled like one. but there's no one. They're all different. Not every boomer is a grouchy old man sitting on his chair. Some are happy old men sitting. Some are happy old men sitting on the chair. Oops. Not every millennial is a guy. It's just like some tech savvy dude. Some millennials are grouchy. Well, not tech savvy. Some not every millennial is woke. Okay, and not every Zoomer is tech savvy. It's a lot more gray than that. Anyways, barrels. I love barrels. There we are. Well, no, this gets it hangs like that. Okay, and then we put some stuff there. See, this would be when having a mod. The player head mod would be coming real handy because I could just switch my skin to being like a barrel or something and kill myself. That way, no, like that, not like that, not like that. Almighty leader of us all. YouTube, I didn't mean that. Okay. Uh, head of my head of the man that came after me. Him. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Yeah. Their head. Aw. No. Ooh, 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 ooh. Nah, that sucks. It's a creeper and a zombie make noises though. That actually made me a little anxious. I'm not gonna lie. Like, oh my god, is the note block gonna explode? That would be such a funny thing to do. For PvP, make it so no blocks can explode if you put a creeper head on them. It's like an instant explosion, like something similar to what the the respawn anchor does if you put too much glowstone in it. We will rock you. This is the guy that came after me. Huh. 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 It only needs two. You know, it maybe only needs two. Lantern. Maybe candles, actually. Flint and steel. Doot. Doot. Nice. No, it's not my strongest build by any means. I think that this could definitely be changed. But, on the whole, it's not too bad. I think that is where this episode ends. And we were recording for 44 minutes. This is gonna be my longest episode to date. Okay. Well, I gotta get this screenshot. And it should be like... There we are. Well, see ya in the next episode.